Hi, my name is Ma'ali. I am 26 years old. I have a baby girl, pregnant with my second, 41 weeks today. Hopefully he'll be here like maybe tonight. And so I just want to start creating content. I want to create a community, a space where I can like just share creatively. Um, share about my life, share about what I'm learning, hopefully be an encouragement to other people or other moms, other whoever listens. So I just wanted to, this first video to just kind of be a little bit about me and just share my first birth, since I'm due any day now, or I mean I've been due, since he'll be here any day and I'm gonna have to go through it again. It's been on my mind, just reflecting on my first birth went, and so just kind of want to I haven't really shared it in a video format, and I think I'd like to do that one for my daughter to be able to listen to it in the past, and also just if anybody needs encouragement in this area, if you're expecting, or I love listening to birth stories and just learning from them, and so just kind of want to share mine. And so first, a little bit about me. I don't know if I said this already, but anyways, I'm 26, have a baby girl, been married for about a year and a half, been together for about 6, expecting boy any day now. I was an interior designer, still dabble a little bit, hoping to get back into it, when the season and time is right. Just been at home with my baby and another baby to come, so we're enjoying this season of motherhood and wifehood and just homemaking and all of that. I'm a photographer, artist. I love to thrift, I love to cook, love to bake. I have I'm really multi-passionate, so I'm hoping this space creates an outlet for me to just kind of share those things and creatively share it, and just connect with other people, and so on. So birth story number 1. So we found out we were pregnant with Hamila, that's my daughter's name, right as soon as 24 days after we got married. So I'm pretty sure she was a honeymoon baby. So obviously first time parents, we're just you just do what everybody does. We went to an OBGYN, was going traditional hospital route, but and I was fine with that, but we've had friends who have done birthing centers, or did a birthing center, and so we're they have 4 kids, and so they've done hospital, done birthing center, they even had an unexpected home birth, so they've had a lot of experience. And so they mentioned the birthing center they went to. We're from Arizona, so it's called Willow Birthing Center. And around 32 weeks, I was like, let me just check it out. It's been on my mind. I kind of want to explore all my options, and I've been just really dabbling in the whole holistic side of things, and a lot of Instagram videos about home births and birthing centers, and all of those things. Just one, growing as a person, just figuring out what's best for me and my family and for myself. And so I checked out the birthing center, and I immediately just felt so much peace about it all, and it just felt like it was the right decision for me. I had been already just making switches here and there to just go more naturally towards just small things in our life and lifestyle. And so I think just naturally just made sense to just try. I didn't want to have a natural birth from the get-go, because birthing centers, there's no epidural. That's the one thing. So there's no medicinal pain management. So that was the one thing. Everybody thought I was crazy, because I do have a low pain tolerance. A lot of people were like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to do this, but I think also just not knowing how labor is as a first time mom, kind of, at least for me, gave me an edge. I'm like, I can do this. It sounds like a challenge. I can do it. I'm 41 weeks pregnant. I'm very out of breath, so that's why I'm speaking like this, and I feel like I'm gonna cry, but I'm not emotional. I'm just I can't breathe. And so so yeah, we made the switch. I love the birthing classes. I feel very empowered, very just in tune with my body, very confident. My husband was such a huge part of that, constantly reminding me excuse me, constantly reminding me your body was made to do this, you got this, you can do it. And a month before she came, my mind and body just went into prep mode. Mentally I was just encouraging myself. For me, that's worship and prayer, and I was just squatting, bouncing the ball, walking, you name it, anything and everything. And it's prior to that month, I was just, oh, okay, this and the other, but my mind just went to a different gear. And I think our bodies really know And if we like really listen to them, like, you know, they know, they know. And so when it came time for her, like, to you know, to give birth, I felt very confident. And a lot of that has to do with, of course, the prep, and also just like with the support system that I had. But I really think like prepping mentally and having a like positive outlook on birth was really a game changer, because I went into it with like no fear. Obviously, like there's always a fear like, what if something goes wrong with this or the other, but like those fears were a lot like, what is not silent, or like less loud, or just smaller than like how confident I was feeling. And I'm talking a lot about like just my mental state, but I feel like that really was a game changer for me during birth, especially when things got really hard. Just being able to like be like, okay, no, I can do this, and have like the right encouragement around me really made such a big difference for me. So my birth was, she came out 41 weeks and 5 days. It was a 33-hour long labor, so it was very long, and normally your first is. So it was Saturday at 9 where my mucus plug came out. That day we went shopping. I was very crampy the entire day. We went shopping. We had a game night with my family. Looking back, would recommend sleeping instead of like walking everywhere if you think labor is near. But hey, you know, I was like, let's walk this baby out. Should have slept. Did not know it was going to be 33 hours long. And so then at 10 p.m. is when things started picking up a little bit more for me, and I felt like really sharp pains in my back, around my stomach, and I was like, okay, this might be it. I waited till everybody left. I told my husband, hey, I think things are kind of like picking up now, you know, I think it might be time. So around like 2 a.m., contractions were still coming. They weren't like super strong. They weren't like super close together, but they were, you know, happening back to back. So we got to the point, I'm like, hey, let's call the midwife. Let's see if we should just go in, and maybe, because I think there might be time. My first time, I really don't know. We went. I was only about 3 centimeters dilated. It was not time. I still had a long way to go. So they sent us back home, because they really believe in like laboring mostly at home, just to during your space of comfort, and you know, mentally you can just stay as peaceful and as peaceful and as relaxed as you can. So they sent us back home. I slept on and off, obviously, through the contractions that night. Around 9 a.m. Sunday, things really started picking up. Little did I know it wasn't like getting to like the max point. But they started picking up. I could still talk in between them. Was still walking. I was squatting through them. A lot of counter pressure from my husband was super, super helpful for me. So we did a lot of that. I had my worship music on. I had him reading verses to me that were really encouraging. Honestly, it was really, really beautiful. Just laboring at home, laboring with my husband. It just like how unified I felt with him and supported, and like I look back at it with such fondness. And so around like 9 p.m. I had like a 3-minute long contraction. It was a contraction. They were getting really strong at this point, and my husband's like, okay, I think it's time to head over. So we called them. We said, you know, she just had a 3-minute long contraction. We think it's time. He pretty much told them we're going, not even like asking what he said, we're going. I was like, I don't think it's time yet, but he's like, no, we're going. So we got there, and the drive there was excruciating. I do not recommend strong contractions while driving. That was probably one of the moments that I think I kind of like mentally shut off, because it was pretty hard. But we got there, and immediately we're waiting for the midwife to get there. They checked me. I was about 8 centimeters dilated. At this time, I was feeling a lot of pressure down there, like, you know, I had to take a really big dump. It's kind of what it feels like. So they kept me in. I got in the shower, because a lot of the hot water really helped me. I tried the tub, but it was too constricting for me. I just felt like I couldn't move or like squat down and get into those positions during like the contractions, and it really hurt my knees. So I opted out of that. Labored mostly just squatting in the shower, counter pressure from my husband. So we got there at 9, and then I'm assuming my water broke around 4 something or so. I'm not really sure. I pushed for an hour and a half. So from the time she was born and backtracking, it probably was around 4 something. So yeah, water broke, and then immediately that's when like the transition part happened. There was like a moment of like of stillness where like I didn't feel anything. I was shaking a little bit, but I was like, okay, I can rest a little bit. And then it really kicked into gear. There was no more resting after that. I labored mostly. I pushed mostly on all 4s, just because squatting down during contractions was super, super helpful for me with like the pain management. I had my mom there, which was so nice. Like, it was so nice having 2 people, like having my husband to support me and my mom, because my husband knows me. He's my partner, obviously, you know, so he knows what I needed. But having my mom there was just so comforting. And like, I'm Puerto Rican. My family's Puerto Rican. And like during those moments of pushing, like it was like so intense that literally the only language I was speaking was Spanish, and it was to my mom. Like I was like, Mom, I don't know if I can do this. And she was super encouraging, and my husband was too. And like I just had such a great like birth team, and and they really like just spoke so much encouragement to me over me during that time, during that pushing stage, that it really helped a lot. So pushed for about an hour and a half, and she was born at 6:14 in the morning. My husband caught her, he cut the cord. It was all very beautiful. It was all very hard, but it was like so worth it. And like obviously, like every mom says, do it all over again for them. So so yeah, if you're like wanting to have or planning to have a natural birth, like, or an unmedicated birth is what I mean. If you have to have an unmedicated birth, I'd say like key thing is like mental game, you know, start working on like just mental toughness, encouraging yourself, just having the right outlook towards birth. You know, like it's a natural thing, your body can do this. Of course there are times where medical intervention is needed, but that's not the majority of cases. Like if you're have a healthy pregnancy, pretty healthy, don't have any underlying issues, you will more than likely have a pretty, you know, smooth labor and delivery. I say just like talking with your husband or partner about what you need. During that time, you may not know that, you know, but just have a general like game plan for things. I'd say would be important. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, basically just having the right outlook about birth, mentally prepping, physically prepping, knowing that it's going to be hard, but that you can do it. You really can. And honestly, just believing in yourself and trusting your body. You just got to let your body do what it's created to do, what it's meant to do. And, you know, and so, yeah. Thanks for listening. Hopefully I get better at speaking in front of the camera. If anybody has any questions, you can leave them below. We'd love to do like a Q&A video too. I mean, if anybody asks anything, because I'm sure like not many people will watch this as I continue to like grow this channel and all of that. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening, and bye.